What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to a new video on the channel. Welcome to some Forza Horizon 5 once again with another tier list of cars in this game. So this one being the fastest cars in each class in Forza Horizon 5. I'm enjoying doing these tier lists. I think they're very fun to try and figure out what cars are best for what and basically show them to you guys. And with the help of Dom, the resident helper, I guess, for these videos. Big shout out to him. He put this list together for me. And yeah, these are the fastest cars in each class. Now if you enjoy watching these type of videos and you want to see more stuff like this, more tier lists or just other videos from me, then feel free to subscribe because it helps out a lot. Plus obviously you guys get to know whenever I upload a new video. But yeah, let's get started with this list. And I'm going to go backwards. Instead of starting off in D class and going D, C, B, A, S1, S2, X, I'm going to start off in X class and work my way backwards because it's actually more difficult. Alright, the further we get into this video, the worse it's going to get and the more difficult it's going to get. So let's just start off at X class, which if you guys have seen the previous video that I made is this car, the Koenigsegg Jesko or Jesko. And this is the share code. It should be up on the screen. So yeah, let's give it a couple of runs with this thing. I'm obviously not expecting to do max speed with each one of these cars because it takes a while. The way to do it basically is to put yourself in I think the way to do it is to put yourself in like a race. I think there's a race that you can start off from back here and then you can go and try and avoid the roundabout and jump it over. I'm gonna try my best to go through each one of these and do the exact same thing. So basically what we do is you hop over here in this area here where this corner is. You go past the roundabout and then you stay on the highway up until you get to about this point here where it starts to go downhill. And then obviously at this point where this Trailblazer is, that's it. That's where it ends. Because there's a slight downhill area here where you can kind of inch a few more extra miles an hour from each one of these cars. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to test all of these out. Now, the Koenigsegg Jesko starting off. Let's do a quick run with this thing. Even though I've done it before in the other video where I showed you guys the fastest cars in this game. Like basically the top 5 fastest cars in this game. Where am I going? I completely forgot how to drive this car. It doesn't really matter, I have to go all the way down here, regardless. I have to go all the way down here regardless to get my run up, but yeah. I do have a whole track that I've made so I can test out the top speed of this thing. No modifiers or anything on this track, but the only thing that does change is it gets rid of the ramp that's in the middle here, so when you're doing run-ups, you only have to go around it and try to avoid it. This thing, by the way, sucks ass at taking corners. The way to do this properly, if you want to do it like correctly with a lot of these really fast cars, is you change to like a handling tune, and then when you get to the specific point that you want to get to, then you change over to the stop speed tune. So that's how you really do this properly. You gotta get your speed up as much as possible. I'm gonna try not to do that and just stick to this car as much as possible. I'm also gonna try the left side of the highway this time because whoa, that's a big wheelie. Oh, that's a big jump. So there's little tips and tricks that you can try and do for all these, which is pretty mad. I need to try not hit that jump. It's not as extreme on the other side of the highway, but yeah, I need to really try and oh, careful now. That was much better. Much better. Okay. Now just try to keep that speed up as much as possible. Like I said, I've done a video on this before, so we already really know vaguely what the top speed of this car is. It should be around 312 is, I think, what the top speed of this thing is. I think I only got like 310 the last time, so I have to try and see if I can beat that. If I can't beat that, then I can't beat it, but it's fine. We all... Oh! Okay, avoid the outside of the road there. Oh my god. Why is it so bouncy on this side? It's actually not that bad on the other side. I'm probably going to swap over to the other side, but it's so much worse on this side. Okay. It wasn't terrible, but still a little annoying. Now we're about to go downhill, so we can try to find the actual full top speed of this thing. 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, come on. You can hit more than 10. I think it's my run-up, though. I think my run-up here was just bad, because I feel like I could have gone a little faster. I think we're staying at 310. This is, like I said, the fastest car in the game. Yeah, we'll just leave it at 310 for now. Okay, cool. Let's move over to S2 and we'll check that car out. Now for S2, believe it or not, it's actually not that different. It's the same car. However, if you have a little look at those wheels, they're a little bit different. Not the actual wheels themselves, but the tires surrounding the actual rim. It's a little different. This is on drag tires. That's one of the biggest differences with this car. To drop it down at the S2. So this is going to be a much more difficult car to drive. As soon as we start kind of downgrading the tires for this, it's when it gets really sticky. Like it just gets really bad, because obviously the highway isn't completely straight. So if you want to test these out properly in open world, yeah, I don't know about that one. If you were to make like a proper track for these, like, you know, like an event lab track, then maybe. But we're doing this kind of in open world, so there's going to be corners, there's going to be turns and stuff like that. And you'll see later on why I was saying that this is going to get more difficult as we go along. Because once you get down into like the B, C, and the D class, it's going to be an absolute mess. I actually don't even think I need a run-up for this, because I don't think I can take that corner up ahead that fast. So I need to try and just kind of make my way there and see if this thing turns. Drag tires aren't horrible. Oh, they're bad. Okay, let's try to stick to the right side, see if that makes any difference with our run here. Little hop there, we'll keep it in though. But again, the only biggest difference here is the tires for this thing, because everything else is pretty much the same. In this game, the way class is basically put together is obviously top speed and acceleration and all that sort of stuff, but also grip, right? Like that's why there are some cars. That's why there are some cars in this game that you can have a silly amount of horsepower in, which is what I'm guessing the lower class cars are going to be like. You're going to have a stupid amount of horsepower, and if you've ever done any sort of drag races or anything like that, or even like power builds, for example, you have a crazy about the horsepower in all these cars, but then obviously to try bring them down in the class, you reduce their tires. So this right now at 309. I think this can do 310. I could probably do about the same speed, I'd say, but it's just a lot more difficult to get to it. You just need to be a lot more careful with the way you drive, and not only that, but also, you know, bumps and hops and all that sort of stuff. You have to really try your best to avoid. But again, it's hard to do. There we go, I'll try to be a little bit more smooth with the turning there. I don't think I'm going to be doing anything hard in 310. Yeah, definitely not with the S2 car, because it's hard to get up to speed earlier on, you know what I mean? Because again, there's like turns and stuff like that, and then the drag tires just won't let you. But yeah, S2, we still have the Koenigsegg Jesko. Okay, let's swap over to S1 and see what we have there. Now, in S1, we actually have a return of one of the fastest cars in this game, which is this. But now it's obviously down-tuned or detuned over to S1, and it is still the fastest S1 car in this game. And as you can see, it's on snow tires, man. Oh, I can like, this is gonna be bad. I can already tell this is gonna be horrific. I hope this dude didn't send me a drift build. No, he didn't. Okay, let's try this out. Like I said, these are gonna significantly just degrade over time. Like we're just gonna have worse and worse cars every single time. But yeah, let's go again and try this out. 1,515 horsepower, and it's all going through snow tires. Okay, I'm expecting this thing to do big numbers, but I'm not expecting this thing to be able to stay in a straight line too much. So I think I'm gonna have my work cut out for me here. Maybe traction control would be a good idea here, but I feel like it'll cut my speed. Whoa, it'll cut my power, and obviously affect my speed. So I think the way to do it here is I need to try and position myself in a straight line. Oh my god, this is sketchy. Oh, it's all over the place. Okay, a little wheelie as well, just for fun. The top speed of this car, I think in X-Class was like 295, if I remember correctly. This was one of the slower top speed cars in the game, like in X-Class, but of course it still is one of the fastest cars in the game. And in S1, like thinking about this, doing this in S1 is pretty ridiculous. But 287, 288, this actually doesn't feel that different to the X-Class car. It's just the tires are a little bit worse, but just its performance feels very similar. Okay, can it do the 295? Was that 292? Did I see 291 or 292? I saw it stick to 291 for a while, but okay, that was hard. That was hard, but I feel like it's gonna get even harder the further we go along. So that was the Diablo GTR. Okay, let's move on to our next one. This is gonna be dumb. Now this one came a little bit out of left field when I tested it out, or sorry, not when I tested it out, but when I downloaded the tune for it. And here it is. Look at that positive toe, or positive camber, sorry, in the front wheels. But E36 M3, pretty weird one for it to be on this list. But I was like, you know what? You know what? It sounds interesting. Let's give it a shot and see what it's like. It should be quite fun. Okay, so it's got that fake like super engine in it. That's like not really a super engine. But people are saying it's a super engine because it's got the same displacement, but there's no actual like proof that this is from any sort of Supra in the game. Anyway, let's hop over to it and see. Very easy to do a burnout with this thing, which means it's definitely rear wheel drive. I feel like this is gonna be another one of those where I'm just struggling for grip. All these next cars are gonna be those cars where I'm gonna be struggling for grip. So we have 1,270 horsepower. And weighs 1,321 kilos, and this is all in A class. Like, keep that in mind. Like, yes, when you're saying these numbers, like for an X class car, they seem very normal. But if you're doing it for an A class car, they're pretty mad numbers for it. So that's what I was saying earlier. Like, basically just dropping the tires or the type of tire that is being used for the car, it immediately just slaps this thing up. It brings basically what? Just leave me alone. Basically brings the cars down a class, but you're able to keep all the performance. Okay, I'm not gonna do a big run up again, because again this thing has a rear wheel drive, and with that crazy toe out, or camber, not toe out, that positive camber, this is not gonna be able to take corners. Oh yeah, this thing sucks at taking corners, but it is. Oh my god, it's doing the Forza Horizon 4 thing where the back end just digs into the ground. Imagine if that stuff worked in this game, that would be so funny. This is doing some silly numbers, I'm not gonna lie. 282. Dom also said that he tried obviously pretty much all these cars before, and he's told me like a few of the runs that he's done and what sort of speed he's done. So far I am definitely doing similar speeds to him. Oh my god, which means that the cars are capable of doing these speeds regularly. Basically what I'm doing in this video, they're doing these speeds regularly. So also what I've noticed with this thing is when you're taking corners, you have to be so smooth with them, or else like you won't be able to keep your speed up. So like if I'm taking this corner, I'm expecting it to drop like a couple miles an hour, but oh no, the front end lift. I already can't steer as it is. I don't need that front end lift, and I definitely don't need it to start drifting. Oh, this is hard already. I need to position myself all the way to the left here, so as soon as I finish taking this corner, I love how I say this corner is like just a bend in the highway. I can start turning kind of like that, but a lot less drifting. But it's fine because this thing can just get up to speed again. I think run-ups with these like lower class cars, oh my god, run-ups with these lower class cars is just not going to be like that useful. Because I don't think they'll be able to have as high of a top speed. Okay. As some of the other cars. Don't drift, don't drift, don't drift. Stop drifting. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. .285. Can we squeeze out a 286? Because it stayed at 285 for a while. Can I try and make it all the way down the hill, slightly to the left here? I don't think so. I think 285 might be the most we'll see from this car. Yeah, I can't really do anything else. Like, I'm trying to obviously position it so it goes in a straight line for a longer period of time, but at the same time, like, I still need to try and turn, and obviously it'll slow it down. So 285 miles an hour in X class, or in A class, is pretty ridiculous. It's crazy to do it in X class as well. Like, not really that many cars can do it in X class, but this thing can do it in A class, which is pretty mad. Alright, let's move over to B class. This is gonna be dumb. Well, we actually have another BMW. This is the E30 this time around, and yeah, this is in B class. Again, some very horrible tires, and obviously a lot of power is what I'm expecting. Once again, same engine this time with anti-lag. Okay, this should be interesting. I feel like both this and the E36 should be very similar. I mean, looking at the actual like speeds that Dom was getting for these, like, I'm getting close to them. I'm not quite hitting them spot on due to the fact that, first of all, I need very, very good runs. I started a championship. Why does it do that? Like, first, it's not even a championship, it's just that race. Go back. Solo. Yep. Back into my own track. So basically, it's just a run-up. The run-up is the thing. Like, you definitely do, like, you have to do a perfect run-up. And if I make any sort of mistake, like, the way in that event that I showed you, like, I ended up going a little bit sideways. Like, I've ruined it. As soon as I start going sideways in it, I absolutely ruin it. So, it needs to be spot on. But, like, it takes a while. First of all, it takes a while to get used to driving the cars. It takes a while for these cars for you to, like, basically be able to just keep these things in a straight line, and you'll you just won't do it on the first go around, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So that's why I'm not going to spend an eternity on this video. I'm basically showing you guys what the fastest cars and tunes are for these. It is your job for the rest of the way to try it out for yourselves and see what you can do with them. I'm just showing them to you. This thing runs. Oh my god. I think this could be quite similar to the E36 in terms of top speed. It could be. Where? That was such a massive slide. Look at it. I'm obviously trying to turn in, but like turning in and flooring it at the same time and trying to keep it stable is just not it. Oh wow, that's hard. Okay. How can I position myself here? Because I need to be kind of on the outside of that corner, so basically like here, and then now start turning in without lifting off the ground, or else my steering is just pointless then, because it's already as pointless. Oh my god, man, this is hard. I've lifted off slightly. Oh, I can't lift off. I can't lift. I can't lift. It just doesn't turn. My wheels are just pointed that way and it just doesn't want to turn. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, this could be it. That wasn't even that bad of a corner. This is going to be much worse, I think. Oh, we'll keep the jump in. Why not? I'm never going to do this perfectly anyway. No, stop. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. And it's slightly downhill here. 284. It's so similar to the other car. I knew this was going to be similar to the E36. 284 again. I think it could do 285. I wonder if it could do 286, but I think 285 definitely. Like, I hit a jump and stuff like that, and like these turns were awful, but on like the perfect run, I think this could probably go like 285 or 286. Damn, that was a hard one, and we're only in B class. We still have C and D class left to go. Oh, all right then, let's go. C class time. Let's see. And this is what we have. A Chevy Monte Carlo. This is gonna be dumb. I can already tell. Like, this is gonna be stupid. It does have really wide tires at the back though, so that's a good thing. At least this thing will have the wide tires at the back. I feel like everything was done for this guy to drop it in class. It even has a roll cage in it as well. Right. Let's head out and try this out. I just know for a fact this is gonna be so hard to drive. If we struggle with the E30, we're definitely gonna struggle with this thing. I'm gonna have a look at the power numbers as well for this car. What are we looking at here? 1,356 horsepower, 1,385 newton-meters torque, and weighs 1,600 kilos. Oh my god. Okay. Right. Let's somehow make this work. I don't know how, but let's just try it anyway. Let's see what we're capable of doing here. Again, my launch control does not let me accelerate. This is the same as the drag races. Oh, my controller's there. If you remember, whenever I used to do, it doesn't turn. Oh, turn the wheel. It's just not happening. If you remember any of the drag races that I used to do, from builds that I used to get, basically lower class drag races, and in like D class and C class, that's exactly what this thing is like. Basically, you kind of just feather the throttle, like you're trying your best to obviously keep this thing in, first of all, in a straight line. Oh my god. It's a little bouncy, but it's staying there. Oh, please get off the middle. It's doing something. It is accelerating. It's good to see. I have to try and position myself on different parts of the highway. Oh god, that took so long for me to get to the right side of the highway. But I'm doing it because I need to start turning left. It seems a little bit more stable actually than the E30, except it just doesn't turn. It's definitely a lot more stable, it just doesn't turn at all. Like, it's bad. Look, that's what I'm saying, it just doesn't want to turn at all. How do I turn this thing? Look at my front wheels, I'm like just trying to turn to the right and it's just not doing it. Do I actually have to slow down? Surely not, right? I'm going too fast. I'm going too fast in this thing, it's just not letting me turn. That's a little bit smoother. Let's try the other way as well. As if I slow down to 200 miles an hour so I can take that corner. Just don't make me jump here. Okay, good. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. $255, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we're in the 260s. $269. That's hard. It's hard to go faster. I mean, I slowed down to like 200 miles an hour. Which was, first of all, just ridiculous in its own way, but like, What can I'm trying to think what can I possibly do here to change that. Let's go back a little bit more. I don't know how far back can I go, but we'll go back a little bit. Okay, just wanted to see what third was like where I was in the RPM. I'm trying as smooth as I possibly can to turn in without understanding or without trying to send this thing into a slide. So $270. I might leave it at 270, or else I'm just gonna be here all day trying to perfect the run. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so far, the Koenigsegg is able to do 312 miles an hour with the perfect run. 310 is normal, right, with it. Then the Diablo GTR was 292, and the BMW M3 E36 can do 287. I think I did 285 or something like that. Again, those are like very good runs, and if you can do them, you can get these type of speeds. The BMW E30 that we had before this can do 285, but 284 is the normal one, which is basically what happened to me. And then the Chevy Monte Carlo can do 272 miles an hour on a perfect run. We got, what, 270, so we're down by like 2 miles an hour on pretty much a majority of these, just because I'm not spending my entire time trying to get these perfect runs, because it's just going to take an incredibly long amount of time to just do it. And now for the final car, which I'm going to show you guys all the cars on this list here, because these are all of them here. This is it. The Chevy 150 utility sedan from 1955. It makes 1,750 horsepower, 2,002 newton meters of torque, weighs 1,542 kilos, and it's this. I'm pretty sure this is going to be the exact same as some of the cars that we have for the drag races, and it's going to have basically that. It's going to have a silly amount of horsepower, and it's just not going to be able to do anything with it. And I have to work my best. I have to do my best and work hard to try and keep this thing driving in a straight line. Like I said, if you've seen any of the drag racing videos of any of these type of like lower class cars, it's basically the same thing. You just have a stupid amount of power that you have to control down the line. And people were saying maybe try use traction control. It doesn't help. It actually makes it a little bit worse. Use the traction control. So the best way to do it, and the fastest way that you can be, or the fastest that you can possibly get, is without traction control, and then just controlling what you're doing. That launch control is not letting me accelerate. Stop. There we go. I don't know why. I probably should have just went on the highway normally. The tiniest bit of wheel spin is perfect. It's fine. Anything more than that is just awful. Definitely don't need to run up like this, because there's absolutely no way in hell that I'm going to be able to keep the speed up the entire way. I know for a fact I'm going to have to slow down at so many different points. I didn't actually say what the top speed of this thing was when I was reading out that message, but by the way, I haven't really floored it at all the entire time. Okay, I'm flooring it now. Oh, I probably shouldn't. .236 so far is the highest I've seen it. Actually isn't terrible. It actually isn't terrible. The thing is, like I said, is just having to like constantly do throttle control. Oh my god, I wanted to floor it there just to see what would happen. Okay, now accelerate in a straight line. 240 so far. Come on, we can do more than that. It's hard. Two, 4, 1, 3, 5, 6. Oh, 246. Okay. Okay. Maybe stick to a higher gear? What if I do that? What if I just drive around in like 8th or something and then just slowly just accelerate? I need to utilize this downhill area here though, because this is where I need to be like the fastest possible, because anything before that obviously it's just driving kind of in a straight line. So I'm gonna go all the way back here, switch to 8. It's so hard to do without like wheel spinning, man. You can't floor it. It's impossible. You have to get so high in the revs before you can actually like plant your foot down. It's really, really difficult. What can I do here? What can I do here? What can I do here? This can go faster, by the way. That's why I'm not giving up yet. What if it's not downhill and I'm just driving? $251, $252, $253, $254. $254. I can't even rewind. Why? Because I went past the finish line, is it? How did I go past the finish line? Oh, it's because it was on the other side of the road. $254. Basically, what Dom said is that this thing should be able to do 254 down the hill. I mean, I've done it, like, way past the hill. But I'm gonna say this thing can probably go a little quicker than 254. If you just keep driving on. It was just not really the best of driving from my end, but that's it. That's the 254 with this thing that Dom said that this could be possible with it. I think this can go a little quicker. Or faster, not quicker. I don't think this can go quicker because it's so hard to like put your power down. But we'll take that. We'll take that. Right. Well, I'm gonna leave the video there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Try the tunes out for yourselves. Let me know what you think of them, and especially try the lower class ones out, because these are just mental to drive. Super difficult cars to drive. I'll try even go on the strip here, because the strip is obviously one of the better places to do this at. I'm gonna get a head start, right, because I don't have the facilities for a good launch. Again, you just control your throttle as much as possible. You know what, for a D-class attempt, it's actually quite good. Almost 600 meters in D-class? Not bad. Alright, well, I'm gonna let my car drink a bit of water here. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you want to see more videos like this on the channel, then of course, like I said earlier in the video, subscribe, because it helps a lot. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, everyone. Have a good one.